Chris Kreider was more than just a player for the New York Rangers. He represented something bigger, a connection to the team's storied past and a beacon for its future. He was a cornerstone, the bedrock upon which the team's identity was built. A leader, both on and off the ice, guiding his teammates with unwavering determination, and a living link to a different era of hockey on Broadway, a time when grit and skill intertwined to create legends. He carried that torch with pride. Drafted in the first round in 2009, with the hopes and dreams of a franchise resting on his shoulders, Kreider burst onto the scene in the 2012 Stanley Cup Playoffs, a rookie sensation making an immediate impact, immediately making his mark with electrifying speed, leaving defenders in his wake, and net front dominance, establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with in the offensive zone. He became synonymous with the Rangers' identity, a player who embodied the spirit and passion of the team. Thriving in high-pressure moments, when the stakes were at their highest and the lights shone brightest. He was a player who rose to the occasion, and perfecting the art of deflecting pucks for crucial goals, a skill that became his trademark and a nightmare for opposing goalies. Kreider's physicality and relentless work ethic, a combination that made him a formidable opponent and a valuable asset. Set the standard for teammates, inspiring them to push their limits and strive for excellence. While his quiet leadership earned him the respect of the locker room, a testament to his character and integrity, he guided the team through transitions, providing stability and guidance during periods of change, mentoring young stars like Lafreniere and Kakko, nurturing their talent and helping them reach their full potential, and showing them what it meant to be a Ranger, instilling in them the values and traditions of the organization. Even as the team evolved, adapting to the changing landscape of the NHL, Kreider's elite speed and net front presence remained constants, unwavering strengths that defined his game, culminating in a spectacular 52-goal season in 2021-22, a testament to his skill, determination, and unwavering commitment. He was the go-to for power play goals, a reliable source of offense when the team needed it most, and momentum-shifting plays, capable of turning the tide of a game with a single burst of speed or a perfectly timed deflection. Embodying the heart and soul of the franchise, a player who gave everything he had for the team and the city he represented. With his departure, an era ends, marking the close of a chapter in Rangers history, leaving behind a legacy of power, leadership, and an unbreakable bond with New York, a legacy that will be remembered for generations to come. On June 12, 2025, a seemingly ordinary day in the hockey calendar, the hockey world was rocked by a seismic event that sent shockwaves through the NHL landscape. In a move that few saw coming, the New York Rangers traded Chris Kreider, a longtime fixture of the team, to the Anaheim Ducks. For New York fans, who had grown accustomed to Kreider's presence on the ice, seeing Kreider in anything but Rangers blue, the jersey he had donned with pride for so many years, was almost unimaginable. The news was met with disbelief and a sense of mourning among the Rangers faithful. He was a franchise pillar moving on after giving his all, a player who embodied the spirit and grit of New York hockey. The trade sent Kreider, a power forward known for his speed and scoring touch, with 3 years left on his contract, a significant commitment for any team acquiring him, to Anaheim in exchange for top prospect Carey Terrance, a highly touted young player with immense potential, and a conditional 2026 second-round pick, adding further assets to the Rangers' future draft capital. For the Rangers, this move signals a shift toward youth, a clear indication of their long-term vision for the team, and financial flexibility, crucial in today's NHL where managing the salary cap is paramount, prioritizing the future over sentiment, a difficult but necessary decision for the long-term success of the organization. Anaheim, deep in a rebuild, looking to inject veteran leadership into their young roster, sought Kreider's leadership and scoring, hoping he could provide a spark and guide their young players. To guide their young core, instilling a winning mentality and work ethic in the next generation of Ducks players, betting on his impact both on and off the ice, recognizing the value of a seasoned veteran in the locker room. The Ducks hope Kreider will accelerate the development of stars like Leo Carlsson, a highly touted prospect with immense potential, and Mason McTavish, another promising young forward looking to make his mark in the NHL. For the Rangers, the painful decision was about cap space, a necessary sacrifice to ensure long-term financial stability, freeing up room to lock in emerging stars for the long haul, securing the future of the franchise with young talent. GM Chris Drury, once Kreider's teammate, adding a layer of complexity to the already difficult decision, made a tough call for the franchise's future, prioritizing the long-term vision over personal sentiment. It's a calculated gamble, a strategic move with both risks and rewards, youth and flexibility, betting on the potential of young players and the ability to adapt to the ever-changing NHL landscape for a shot at sustained contention, a long-term strategy aimed at building a team capable of competing for the Stanley Cup for years to come. Chris Kreider found himself at a pivotal crossroads, a moment that would not only shape his career, but also significantly impact the future trajectory of the New York Rangers. At the heart of this decision was Kreider's full no-movement clause. This clause, a standard inclusion in many NHL player contracts, meant the trade simply couldn't happen without his explicit blessing and consent. It placed the power squarely in Kreider's hands, giving him the final say over whether he would stay in the familiar confines of Madison Square Garden or venture into new territory. The Rangers' front office, led by general manager Chris Drury, understood the gravity of the situation. They had to be completely transparent with Kreider, explaining the team's current salary cap constraints, the delicate balance they were trying to maintain, and the long-term vision for the franchise. This included outlining the pressing need to secure its young core of emerging talent, ensuring the Rangers remained competitive for years to come. Kreider's decision wasn't easy. It was a complex equation weighing loyalty, personal ambition, and the realities of professional sports. New York was home, a city where he had spent a significant portion of his career, building relationships and creating lasting memories. He'd even envisioned retiring as a Ranger, a testament to his commitment and affection for the team and its passionate fan base. But Anaheim offered a chance, a compelling alternative that presented a unique set of opportunities. It was a chance to step into a role as a primary leader and mentor, guiding a new generation of players and shaping the team's identity. This was particularly appealing, rather than potentially seeing his role diminish in New York as the team continued to evolve. The lifestyle change, the allure of Southern California, and the opportunity to shape a young team's culture from the ground up likely factored heavily into his ultimate decision. Ultimately, by waiving his no-movement clause, Kreider did one last service for the Rangers, demonstrating his character and commitment to the organization. He was enabling a move that was deemed essential for their future success and long-term planning. It was a selfless professional act, a gesture that spoke volumes about his integrity. He was putting the team's needs and aspirations above his own personal preferences and desires. His approval underscored his deep respect for the Rangers franchise, its rich history, and its dedicated fan base. It also highlighted his positive relationship with Chris Drury, built on mutual trust and understanding. The trade ultimately closed a remarkable chapter on positive terms, leaving both sides satisfied with the outcome. Both Chris Kreider and the New York Rangers move forward into the future, embarking on new journeys. They do so with mutual respect, gratitude, and a shared appreciation for the time they spent together. Trading Kreider demanded a meaningful return, and the Rangers focused on the future. Carey Terrance, a dynamic forward prospect, headlines the deal, an investment in long-term potential. The conditional 2026 second-round pick adds valuable draft capital, giving the Rangers flexibility for future moves or another promising player. Most importantly, moving Kreider's $6.5 million cap hit gives the Rangers crucial financial breathing room. This space is vital for signing young stars like Lafreniere and K'Andre Miller to long-term deals. The trade reflects the Rangers' commitment to youth, development, and sustainability. It's a forward-thinking move, sacrificing a beloved veteran for a more flexible, competitive future. The true impact will unfold over the next several years as prospects develop and cap space is put to use. Carey Terrance, the centerpiece of the deal, is a name Rangers fans will soon know well. Drafted 59th overall by Anaheim in 2023, Terrance has impressed in the OHL with speed, skill, and offensive creativity. He's versatile, capable at center or wing, and boasts a quick shot and strong hockey sense. Coaches praise his two-way game and commitment to improvement. Terrance will likely start with the Hartford Wolfpack, adjusting to the pro game and refining his skills. The Rangers' development staff will guide his transition, aiming to unlock his full potential. He represents the next wave, part of a strategy to keep the team competitive for years. Fans should be excited, but patient. The NHL jump is tough, but Terrance's upside is real. If his trajectory continues, he could become a valuable middle six forward, providing depth and skill. This trade is a classic win-win, with each team addressing its unique needs. For the Rangers, it's about managing the present to secure the future, freeing cap space to keep their young core intact. They're betting on internal growth and the development of prospects like Terrance to fill Kreider's void. Anaheim, meanwhile, needs veteran leadership for its young stars. Kreider brings instant credibility, work ethic, and a history of clutch goals, perfect for mentoring the Ducks' next generation. For Anaheim, it's an investment in culture and competitiveness. For New York, it's a proactive move to maintain a deep, talented roster without cap headaches. Both teams move closer to their goals, one building for now, the other for the future. The Kreider trade highlights two franchises on divergent paths: Anaheim rebuilding, New York retooling to stay elite. For the Ducks, it's about moving from asset collection to building a winning culture. Kreider is the mentor their young core needs. He'll stabilize the locker room, share playoff experience, and ease the burden on rising stars like Carlson and McTavish. By the end of his contract, Anaheim hopes its youth will be ready to lead, shaped by Kreider's example. The Rangers, meanwhile, are focused on optimizing their current window. Shedding Kreider's contract gives them flexibility to keep their stars and make deadline moves. They're betting their core can absorb the loss, and that cap space will fuel a sustainable cup push. It's a high-stakes strategy, trading a proven leader for future potential and present-day agility. Both teams are confident in their direction, each making a bold play for long-term success. Kreider's trade sparked a wave of emotion among Rangers fans: sadness, gratitude, and, for some, understanding. He was the team's heart, a constant through years of change, and his departure feels like losing part of the Rangers' identity. Yet many fans recognize the necessity. Cap realities demand tough choices to keep the team competitive. Inside the locker room, Kreider's absence leaves a leadership void. Veterans like Trouba and Zibanejad must step up, while younger players find their own voices. The move is a stark reminder: no one is untouchable in the pursuit of a championship. It's a business decision, but also a motivator, reinforcing the urgency to win now. The team will adjust, integrating new faces and stepping into new roles. The focus shifts quickly to the ultimate goal: bringing a Stanley Cup back to New York. As the dust settles, new chapters begin for Kreider and the Rangers. In Anaheim, Kreider becomes the veteran leader, tasked with mentoring prospects and driving the Ducks' rebuild forward. It's a fresh challenge, producing on the ice and shaping the next generation off it. For the Rangers, the future is now leaner, younger, and more flexible. Replacing Kreider's production opens doors for players like Lafreniere and creates opportunities for prospects. The front office can now be aggressive in free agency or at the deadline, thanks to newfound cap space. For Anaheim, Kreider's presence accelerates their timeline, making them more competitive and professional. Ultimately, this trade redefines both franchises: an emotional farewell, a bold bet on the future, and the dawn of a new era for all involved.